Hey, Facebook friends, Jessica here. I'm here today. I'm joined by Ashley Bonifield, and she is with Keller Williams Cenla Partners. She is a realtor here in Alexandria, and we kind of got to talking about how are the realtors doing in this world. So we got to talking about how they are being innovative with buying and selling homes. And because with this stay-at-home order, we can't go and view homes. And I know that was one of my favorite parts when I was looking for a home, was going in and walking around. So we're going to chit chat today about, what are some different things that they're doing now to be able to buy and sell homes. So, hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How's everyone?
Oh, we're good over here. So is there anything you want to tell anybody about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ashley Bonifield. I work with Keller Williams Realty, and I have been getting extremely creative with the new quarantine order. So has many of my coworkers in the industry. Um, the industry is still moving. We are still doing closings. We're still doing showings. Now showings and closings have changed with the way we're accomplishing them, but we are still moving. Rates are still very, very low. If you can buy right now, it is an extraordinary time to buy a home. I do think if you have the means to buy and you had plans to buy, don't let the quarantine stop you from doing so, because we have safe and very efficient ways to make your dreams still come true through all of this mess.
That's awesome. All right. So then what you just said, you have very safe and, innovative ways. So how are you reaching people who are wanting to buy homes or wanting to sell their homes now? What did you guys come up with?
Well, so basically, we've had to get real tech savvy. We're relying on the internet, Facebook, Google, all of those things. Our, you know, our our dreaded realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow, all those. I've never called Zillow more times than I have in this month to make sure all my property information was correct that they take from our MLS. So we're relying on a lot of internet things. We are offering 3D virtual tours, which is extremely fun. You literally could walk through the house as if you're there in person. You can see every detail. You can zoom in. You can do all kinds of cool stuff on that. It even has a measuring tool to where, it was within a half an inch. It was so accurate because I measured a garage and then I did the measuring tool, and it was within a half an inch of the measuring, which was phenomenal. We've been doing FaceTimes. So for my out-of-state reload people, we've been doing FaceTimes to where I'm just kind of in it and then I show the property. And then I, of course, follow up with a 3D link tour so that they can tour themselves. If they have to see, there's circumstances where people have to go to a home in person, like final walkthroughs right before closing, those kinds of things that are kind of unavoidable. What I've been doing is doing like an unlock service. So basically I unlock the home. The home's pretty much vacant at that point. They can go in and tour themselves around just to make sure the home's still in the same shape from when they put in the contract. We're also doing curbside closings, which has been so fun. The attorney's offices here in town, a lot of them are no longer letting people into their facility because if one person gets sick, they kind of have to shut down the whole office, which none of us can afford to happen. So what they're doing is they're having everybody pull up in front of the attorney's office in their cars. And from what I've seen so far at the 3 attorney offices I've closed at, they bring out a little cart with people's documents on it, and the clients can just sign right through their window of their car, which is fantastic. A lot of the attorneys are wearing gloves in special cases where we've had some people who had low immune systems at closings and different things. We all wear masks. We come very, very prepared, hand sanitizer. Anytime I have to enter somebody's home, I've been carrying like the Lysol wipe tube with me and wiping every handle and every window or blinds that I have to touch. So, I'm limiting exposure as much as possible.
That's awesome. And that's so awesome that you guys didn't just let this just say, okay, well, we all have to stay at home, so guess we're not going to sell any homes, because what a great time to sell homes. I don't think I've looked at realtor or all the other things. I don't think, or Facebook scroll. I don't think I've looked at more houses now when we're not buying at the moment, although something just popped up, we might, than I did even when we were looking for a house to buy. And so I love the 3D tours. I think there's definitely a few that, are way out of our price range that I'm like, oh my gosh, but look how awesome. And my husband's like, no, it's still not. But it's been so fun to look at that. And so what have your clients said about the changes that you guys have made? Have they, I know, I feel like being a realtor is such a personal thing. I feel like we got to know our realtor really, really well. And she's called and checked in on us years later after we bought the house. It's such a personal connection. How have you been able to kind of keep that connection with your clients without really being able to see them?
Well, I know for my business specifically, I kind of pride myself on being a mom and pop shop style. I talk to all of my clients every few days. I mean, by the end of it, we truly are kind of family and really good friends. For me, this has just brought me closer to my clients, honestly, because we've had to rely on keeping in touch more because the typical flow of the deal isn't necessarily as expected as you would think. So, when the inspections came up and all that, normally I have my rhythm, but because that rhythm has to be changed with technology and we actually have to schedule technology calls like this, that rhythm has changed a little bit. And I found myself talking to people more. So if anything, it's brought me closer to my clients. And a lot of what's been introduced through this quarantine is stuff that I'm going to keep on board for my clients, because for relo people, this has been a godsend. I mean, they have never felt so connected to the homes that they're shopping, because they're literally sitting in their living rooms in their jams, like touring the home that they potentially could buy. And a lot of people get fearful because they're like, oh, I want to put in an offer, but I don't want to go in the house. Like some people are genuinely terrified to leave their house, which is totally acceptable and fine. But what I found is explaining to them, like, you do have the first 2 weeks, you do have a 15-day due diligence period to where you can walk away from a home at any point during that process if you feel uncomfortable. So what I found too is pre-planning, like telling them, okay, you can put the offer in, even if you don't want to step foot in it. And what we can do is we can get cleaners in there or whatever we have to do to make you feel comfortable to arrive at the home and tour it yourself. We can pre-plan that process and use that due diligence period to our benefit to sanitize, prep, make our clients feel as comfortable as possible in kind of an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you kind of, I was going to ask, what were you going to take away from this? And, if, we've had plenty of companies too that have said that they've never communicated more, which I think is great. And I kind of laugh, like, our company, every week we have a team meeting. We now have team meetings 3 times a week, which 2 of them are like quick meetings. But I really love that it's kind of not funny, but funny. I don't know. So many more people I've heard, I communicate more. I talk to this person more. And so that's so awesome that in the grand scheme of things, you're actually getting a lot more with your clients through all of this. And so you said, wanting to take away from, some of this was kind of the technology and being able to use this, especially for people out of town. And we get plenty of people. You're from out of town. You're not from here. There's so many people that are relocating to our area that this is definitely something that could be used even after the home, even after the stay-at-home order is done. And that's so awesome that you guys are doing that to make sure that they feel safe to view the homes. And I like to view homes just to view homes. And so there were definitely some homes that I think I probably went to that necessarily, not that they weren't in our market, but we just weren't really sure. And I know that we've, viewed a lot of those. And so that's really great that you guys are just thinking just outside of the box of what can we do to get these people where they're going to feel comfortable, where they're going to feel okay, to be able to purchase a home. Cause that's huge. I mean, we've been in our house 5 years now, 6 years now, something like that. And so, this is, it's a home, it's your home. So, what are you hoping that maybe other realtors or just other people in general are going to take away from all of this?
Well, at the moment, I do think, folks like you who enjoy just looking at houses, now's not the time to looky-loo. Don't get involved in the real estate industry right now unless you're a serious shopper or buyer. You don't want to expose yourself unnecessarily. And open houses kind of, they have gone virtual now. They're not in person. So it makes the looky-loo process fun for you guys because you can do open houses from your living room. But I hope that this gave people who were kind of falling through the cracks of technology a push to upgrade their business. We have a lot of folks who have been stuck in their ways for a long time, who've been doing business the same, and the wheel has been the same for a long time, especially some of our elder generation. They're fantastic realtors, and they have a lot of advice and tips to offer. So I would love for this opportunity to really push those folks to get out there, get online, and start learning this technology. Reach out to fellow people who are, maybe a little bit more higher tech or savvy in your office. Every office has a tech guru. I know, me and John in our office, we tend to be like the go-to tech people, but it's one of those things to where don't let this kill your business. It doesn't have to. Take away the positive on this. Realize that there's so many resources out there that could grow your business. I mean, my business has never been more busy than through all of this. And that's just because I was prepared. I was prepared with all my technology. And granted, not everybody, I am definitely aware that not everybody has the money, the time to do these kinds of things. But there are people in our industry that can help you get your goals accomplished with just a cell phone. I mean, literally, if you have a cell phone in your hand, whether it be just through basic text messages, even if you can't afford to have internet on your phone or at home, we can do text message campaigns. We can help you get your database in line to where you can make calls during this time. I mean, don't let money, time, and technology really hinder you because you have other options. I know for everybody, there is a way to attack this on everybody's budget. So just make use of your resources. We're here.
I love that. I literally wrote down upgrade their business because that's so true in any business, whether you're a realtor or whether you're a brick and mortar company or whatever. Now's the time to invest. There's definitely been a few of our clients who we would hear from every once in a while, like, oh, I need a photo updated on my website or something. And now they're like, all right, I've got the time because I don't have as many clients. Teach me this, that, let's upgrade. So it's kind of a good thing to slow down because then everybody's able to really like step back and say, okay, what can I do to improve? What can I do to get better? But it's going ahead and taking that leap to do that. And so, I love that. And, we read an article the other day about, it was published in 2008 and it was about the Great Depression. And we read it and we were like, oh my gosh, everything is applicable right now. And
they were resourceful people.
Yes, like
my grandma's the most resourceful person I've ever met in my life.
And it was amazing, and it was just the things that came out of it were amazing. So, well, Ashley, thank you. Is there anything else you want to let people know about?
Yeah, I mean, basically, what I really, really want buyers and realtors and everybody in the industry to understand is this is a time to be patient. Stuff that usually closes in 30 days. A lot of underwriters are working from home now. A lot of lenders are working from home. So information, yeah, in some senses is moving faster, but in other senses, when they need wet signatures and different things, is moving slower. So what I've been doing just to protect my people and to make sure everybody's on the same page with their patients is writing contracts for a little bit longer, maybe a week longer, just to give us that cushion time for people to get things where they need to be. But the industry is still booming. So this is not, if you are able to buy and you don't want to wait too long because rates might go back up. I would say jump on it while it's hot and we'll figure out ways to make that dream happen.
I love that. I love it. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for coming on with us today. And this was such great, valuable information. And I hope you guys enjoyed. So everybody have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.